Hey, what's going on guys? Back with another video for the blokes. It's another tutorial one today. Now, we've got a whole rump here, and before anyone gets carried away and says you've already done a whole rump tutorial, this one will be a little bit different to our last one. So, anyone that sort of follows my channel at all knows I've done a video purely based off preparing a whole rump from scratch up to the slicing stage. So, we sliced this whole thing out just to show people that you can how thick to do your steaks and how to prep it before cutting. But in this tutorial I want to actually show you how much you can actually get out of just a piece of rump like this. Like you can get quite a few meals out of this, and all something different too. Like show you just how to prep it all up first, trim it up clean, get everything off that we need, place out, show you just how many meals you can get just out of a cheap budget rump like this. Now, piece of rump like this in Oz, we're in Queensland here. It's a budget option, so this would cost $50 here in Queensland. You go to most shops, they'll be about the same. This would be a $50 piece of meat. As you can see, it's still quite big. You get a lot for $50. Like meat's not cheap anymore, but this will feed your family for quite a bit. This is a pretty versatile cut. I'm going to show you just how much you can get off this. So we'll just skim off any sort of excess fat. So we flip our rump over, lay it fat side down. Every rump you get will have an undercut, like I've explained in previous videos. No good for a steak, but if you follow that seam, as you can see there's a little fat seam there, a little bit of gristle, you follow that along, and that's your undercut. Now we're going to leave that aside for a second. We can definitely use that. Skim off that little bit of fat, little bit of sinew there. We don't need that. That can, you know, good dog scraps. The dogs don't mind. Clean this up real nice. First things first, I'm going to show you how to get the rump cap off the rump, or the picanha as some people call it as well, but just going to call it a rump cap, keep it simple. See the seam there? It's nearly like webbing between the two muscles there. You can nearly pull that apart. As you can see, you can pull that and separate it without even using a knife. It's that easy. Where the muscle starts to run out and it's purely just fat, I don't know if you can see there if the camera's real good, but where this muscle grain is, I'll mark it out with my knife there. That's where you stop. Where that muscle runs out is where you stop. Don't peel it back any further. Nice sharp knife. Now we have our picanha, our rump cap. Perfect for roasting. I'm going to just give that a little bit of a clean up. Take any sort of excess fat off the bottom there. Leave all the fat on top. That'll roast in very nice. Maybe just where it's a little bit thick around the bottom, we'll take that bit off. Leave all that on. That'll roast nicely. Keep all the meat together. You can take it off at the end if you'd like, but even if you want to get fancy with it, run a few score marks through the fat if you're going to do something on your own channel, or even just for a bit of barbecuing at home, something to do. But that's your rump cap. Great cut of meat. Very sought after now. It's getting more and more popular. The demand for these things is crazy now, but we have the rest of our rump. Take a bit more salvage off these things. Now, you don't have to, but there's a tail end on these rumps, which is separated once again by another little bit of sinew there. For this video, we're going to take that off, just where it runs out. We're going to clean all the fat off the top. Clean it right out. Once again, we'll throw that aside with our undercut. Now we're left with, as you can see, nice little fat cap there. The rest of this thing is all nice, pretty lean meat. So, as I've showed you in another video, always cut with your grains. Make sure you're slicing this thing the right way. Now the first cut, we're going to take off. It's called your face cut. Not the most tenderest if you're going to throw it into a steak, just because of the way the muscle grain runs. You can see it's a bit hard to see in the video, but you'll see what I mean once I slice the rest out. We keep that aside, and I'll show you what to do with that shortly. The rest of this thing, we can slice this out into some pretty nice steaks. However thick you like it, you're still getting that fat around the outside. We haven't removed all the fat. 9 steaks off that rump, and we've already removed half of it, so you're still getting 9 good sized steaks out of that. That's a good 9 meals if you portion that out properly. So we're going to keep these aside for now. So far we've got our rump cap, we've got 9 rump steaks, and we got some scraps here. So this piece and the tail end were the 2 pieces that we removed earlier. What we're going to do with these, just remove that little bit of fat. Simply just dice these up, however thick you'd like. It don't matter. This is going to be our casserole meat. You can use it any which way you'd like, any dish you'd like. Not the most tenderest of steaks, but you turn it into a nice slow cooked meal, and this thing's going to be perfect. It'll eat great. So now we have some nice, pretty lean diced meat there. You could use that for a really nice little casserole, stroganoff, whatever you'd like. This piece at the end here, you could either lean this thing right out, get any little bits of sinew off it, and this could either be some stir-fry strips, or simply just, you want to make a bigger meal out of your casserole if you've got a few to feed, just casserole the whole thing. It don't matter, it can be used as stir-fry strips, casserole, however which way you'd like to cut it up. Even if you didn't want to do that whole thing as casserole, that tail end and the face cut you could have used as a nice sort of stir-fry, do it into some strips, but it don't matter. So, as you can see, we have our salvage, our waste, which if you've got dogs, great, give it to your dogs, they'll love it. We've got some casserole meat there, that's perfect, it's nice and lean. You can make a really nice dish out of that. We've got 9 lovely pieces of rump steak. You can tenderise them, you can do whatever you like. We have our rump cap, our picanha. Be lovely for a nice roast. All that off a $50 budget rump. You can quite a few meals out of that. If you've got a family to feed, it might get you a few, but it'll definitely help. So there you go, all that out of a $50 budget rump. Get down to your local butchers. Ask them. You can go the premium grade too. You don't have to go a budget option. You want to spend a little bit of money, jump on one of the premium cuts. Jump on like a really nice rump. You can get some really good stuff now. It depends on how much money you want to spend. But this was a $50 cut of rump. It was nothing fancy. It was purely to do a tutorial on, just to show you what you can get just from $50. Now, if you were to buy all this individually from a local supermarket, there could be, there's not quite a kilo of casserole meat there, I guess. A lot of shops will charge $19 a kilo for casserole meat. So there you go. You already know you're saving there. There's 19 bucks there. Geez, two kilos of rump steak. I know at a normal supermarket, if you get a cheap rate of rump steak, it might only cost you 16, 17 bucks a kilo. So even if we said 30 bucks worth of cheap steak there, to buy this from any supermarket, because it's such a sought after cut, you got your picanha, it's very popular. Anything that's popular, the prices go through the roof. That could be a $40 cut anywhere you go. It don't matter. That could be quite expensive if you were to buy that on its own, purely because they're still going to make their money off it. We get that, but yeah, you're saving a lot of money just by buying it as a whole cut, taking it home, being self-sufficient, doing that yourself. It's that easy. It's not hard. If I can do it, any of my viewers would be able to do it. I ask you wear the proper safety equipment, make sure you have a nice sharp knife, and yeah, give it a crack. Like, obviously, if you're a little bit young, make sure you got a parent or a guardian watching as well. But yeah, it's that easy. You can see all the stuff we got here. All right, thanks for watching, guys. I'll probably catch you in the next video. Hope you enjoyed. Cheers.